What's up, guys? Welcome back to Modern Mining. Today I found a pretty good way to maximize your profitability while mining either Pyrenhash or Karlsenhash or some of these other algorithms that have multiple coins on them. And that's mining through K1Pool. Over the past few months, I've been using Herominers for a lot of these coins, and it's left a little bit to be desired. There's nothing really wrong with Herominers, but it seems like my daily profit is always less than their estimated values and the estimated values on hashrate.no. So I wanted to test out K1Pool, and while I was doing that, I found some pretty crazy features that I hadn't personally heard about. So we're going to take a look at those today and figure out how you guys can increase the profitability of your GPUs as well. So right now I'm mining Husat on K1Pool. This is the first time I've started mining this coin. I just recently switched from Pyren to Husat because the profitability was like an extra $3 or $4 a day for my farm. In doing so, I had to go through a long process of duplicating all my flight sheets, replacing the coin with Husat, and really that was not a fun process to go through. So I'm going to show you how to basically make one click and your whole farm will transfer from Husat to Pyren. And you can do that based on which coin is more profitable at the time and if you want to switch easily. And this also works with Asics. The first thing I wanted to mention about K1Pool is now that I've been using it for a few days, the dashboard on the homepage is actually pretty sweet. So let's take a look at this right here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the main dashboard, and you can see that it's got your workers here, and it looks like I have a lot more workers than I do because it's separating out the ones that are mining Zilliqa and the ones that are mining Husat right now. You can see your pending values on here, and these are the coins that you've mined and you're waiting to be paid out. But it's cool because it shows you all the different coins that you're mining on their pool. So I've got my FPGA miner on Nautilus right now, almost 600, and my GPU farm on Husat, almost 1100. Some other cool things about this is you can see your reward charts for different coins. So if I wanted to see how much Zilliqa I'm getting every day mining, you can see it's been pretty consistent. Probably my favorite thing is these rewards by days that are going to break down exactly how much of each coin you're getting every single day. So today's really the first day that I switched everything on to K1Pool, and you can see I'm already at $27 for the day. This is from the FPGA miner, and this are from my GPU mining. And lastly, this cool little chart down at the bottom will show you which coin in which algorithm is most profitable. And this is very important for what I'm going to show you in this video. So you can see Husat is 3 cents more profitable than Pyren for an NVIDIA 3070, and it defaults to 5 cents, but power cost really doesn't matter when you're just looking at which coin is most profitable. So Husat is still the most profitable there. So now the big interesting thing that I found is if you go to the workers and switching tab, which is underneath your name right here, you can actually set up your flight sheets, and instead of putting a different pool for Pyren and a different pool for Husat, you can put one pool, and you can actually switch your miners to which coin they're mining from this dashboard here. So you can see Pyrenhash, our two options are Husat and Pyren. And what I'm able to do here is I can actually switch which coin I want to mine without touching any of my hiveos flight sheets. So I can switch 4 rigs in one click. There's also the option to enable auto switching, which is going to automatically switch you to the most profitable coin at the time. I haven't experimented with that very much yet because I'm not sure if I really wanted auto switching. I'd like to be able to manually switch it myself so that if I'm close to a payout on one of the coins, I can go ahead and get to my threshold and then get that paid out and swap it into Bitcoin or whatever other coin I'm trying to accumulate. With the auto switching, it might switch right before you're about to get a payout, and then you don't get paid out in Pyren for another 3 or 4 days. And with how volatile these coins are, they could tank 30 or 40% in those 3 days. So I haven't messed with the auto switching, but that is an option. And let me show you really quickly how to actually do this. So it really is as simple as using this as your pool address right here. So notice it just says Pyrenhash. It doesn't say Pyren and it doesn't say whosat. It's just general Pyrenhash, which is the algorithm for both of these coins. So if you copy that, and I'll show you what this looks like in hiveos. If I go to one of my rigs and I go to flight sheet, I've got my whosat miner right here, but you could also select Pyren as the coin. And really all you're doing is you're doing pool configure in the miner. And then in here, you're putting this Pyrenhash pool in here instead of the generic Pyren or whosat pool. So all your rigs you want to put on this pool right here, and then that's going to enable you to switch coins with one click. So let's switch all my rigs over to Pyren real quick and we'll see what that looks like. So just click update. You can see up here successfully switched, and then we're going to monitor. Here's my whosat pool stats. You can see last shares a few seconds ago and Pyren last shares 19 hours ago. I'm going to stop this video, and this usually takes like a minute or two to update, and we'll come back once I'm getting some Pyren shares. Now would be a great time to say, if you're going to experiment with K1Pool and you haven't signed up before, please use my affiliate link down below. It gives me a very small bonus, and that small bonus really does help out the channel. I'm not a YouTube partner yet, so I don't make any money off ad revenue or anything, and any small bit you guys can contribute really helps to grow the channel. Maybe one day I won't have to film on my iPhone. But with that, let's keep going. All right, let's go ahead and refresh this Pyren pool and let's see if we're getting any shares. So it's still showing them as red, but you can see this is switched to last share a minute ago, and this rig's currently off, so ignore that one. But we'll give it a little bit more time and we should see some Pyren start rolling into our immature balance. So a lot of people are probably going to say, Modern Mining, why aren't you mining for yield instead of profit? Which yield has been basically the long strategy for GPU miners, and it's proven to be a very effective strategy. Where I have such a small farm and I have the ability to go on and sell coins daily, I have the time to do that. My strategy, and I've mentioned this before, is that I'm mining the most profitable coin and then selling it on TradeOgre and buying the coin that I want to accumulate. So say I wanted to accumulate Neoxa, instead of mining that coin, which the profit is like half of what it is to mine Pyren or whosat, I'm going to mine the most profitable coin, and then I'm going to switch that to the coin I want to acquire, Neoxa. And my yield is actually higher mining the most profitable coin than it is mining the coin with the highest yield. So technically, mining for profitability is better than mining for yield if you do it correctly. Now, if you all see any flaws with that, let me know down below. The only one that I can really think of is when it comes to taxes. If you're always mining the most profitable, your income at the end of the year is obviously going to be higher than if you're mining for yield. But if you're mining for yield and those coins go up, you're going to have a lot more short-term gains when you sell than you would if you were mining for profit. And so short-term gains are going to be taxed the exact same as income. It's only when you get to long-term gains that the taxes are actually less than income. So at that point, if you held them long-term, I could see the benefit of mining for yield. But if you're going to sell them immediately or within a year period, it seems like basically mining for profit and then buying the coin you want to accumulate is equal or better than mining for yield. Let me know your thoughts on that. So here we go. You can see immature balance. I'm starting to get some Pyren. So just like that, with one click, I was able to switch all 4 of my rigs from one coin to another. And really, I think that's pretty awesome, especially when these coins are bouncing all over the place. I'm personally not going to switch this all the time if it's like $1 difference between the top 2 coins. But if it's significant, like 20 or 30% difference, and in my opinion, there's no reason not to take the 2 seconds to switch it over to the next algorithm and get that couple extra dollars to acquire a couple more coins that can then price appreciate big time when the bull run finally happens for altcoins. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to whosat because, like we looked at on the front page, you can see that whosat is slightly more profitable than Pyren. Obviously, with this small of a difference, I wouldn't make that switch if I wasn't already mining Husat before this video, but I do want to get it back onto Husat so I can get that get enough for that payment. So update, and now all my rigs will be back onto Husat. Another thing that's pretty cool is that this works with any coins that are on K1Pool and that have multiple coins on a single algorithm. So for example, you could also do this with Kawpow, and you could auto switch between AIPG, Voltaic, Chlor, NurAI, Raven, Neoxa. You could have it auto switch between all those coins. And another thing is it also works with Asics. So if you had like a KS0 Caspa Asic and you wanted to mine some of these other K heavy hash coins, you have the option to switch between Cedra or Bugna as well. And with the Asics, it's a little different because you can't use the same pool for every different kind of Asic. There's a specific pool call out based on the type of Asic you have. So if you have a KS0, you would use this pool. If you have like a KS1 or 2, then you would use this pool. But it's the same thing. You set that as your pool in your flight sheet, and then you could use this button here to basically just switch between those coins at the click of a button. From what I've heard, it's a little bit of a chore to switch between different coins on an ASIC, so this makes it much easier, especially for ASICs. So I haven't had a lot of time to really analyze K1Pool to see if the rewards I'm getting are matching what estimates say I should be getting, but it's worked out very well for me while I've been mining Zilliqa the past month or two. So I really have no issues with K1Pool, and a lot of these features are super nice.